Good morning, it's Zoe here, and today I am going to share with you the top 5 yoga poses that you need to know to get started with yoga, or if you're unsure where to start, I'm going to walk you through my favorite 5 that you should learn first today. And before we get into it, I want to remind you that we have our amazing super sale on, still in for Black Friday and Cyber Monday for 50 to 70% off. Now, if you're a yoga girl and you're looking for some great things to do at home, this is the sale for you. First, I want to talk about the YogaBURN fitness system for women, which is great if you are somebody who has a little bit more experience with yoga and is looking to trim down, tighten up, help boost our metabolism, and do this all in a way that is a low impact, that feels great, and is going to leave you with that after yoga glow that you get after a really great yoga class. Now, these are 15-minute routines that you can repeat or mix and match depending on the time you have or how you're feeling that day. This is 50% off, and we also have a 2-pack if you want to pick up one for a friend. So make sure you tap the link in my bio or around this video to head on over to the next page and grab that. I have so much more on sale than just these 2 items, but I did want to feature these today. So if you've been waiting for any of these DVDs, now is the time to take advantage of it. And then next up we have my little baby right here, the YogaBURN Monthly Ultimate Collection. This is all of my experience and over a decade of teaching yoga, teaching fitness right in the YogaBURN Monthly Ultimate Collection, which is on sale for 70% off, a massive savings of $200. And this is a 6-month series that takes you through all the major styles of yoga with half-hour practices, and we do so in a progressive way. So we start with a more beginner-friendly, more gentle style of yoga and work you all the way up to the more athletic and the more challenging styles of yoga. So this is perfect as a little gift to yourself or a gift that you could give to somebody special in your life. I'm sure they would absolutely love it. Now, with all of the YogaBURN DVDs, you also receive the online digital access as well. So you can stream all of these either on your smartphone, on your computer, on your tablet. So you'll have everything you need to practice right from home. So let's go ahead and get into this practice and what I'm going to share with you. So of course there are hundreds of yoga poses, so many, and I would love to walk you through a ton, but if you really had to choose only the top 5, that's what we are going to be focusing on today. And I'm just going to take a screenshot here because there we go. Somebody keeps coming on and like cyberbullying me, so we're going to be able to block them. So let's go ahead and get started. The first pose I'm going to share with you is a downward facing dog. Now, downward facing dog is probably one of the most recognizable yoga poses of all, right? Because it's not really in any other styles of fitness. But in order to do it properly, I want to give you a few key pointers. So let's get into downward facing dog. We have our hands under our shoulders, our knees under our hips. We're going to curl the toes under and lift the hips up nice and high. Now what we're focusing on is tilting the sits bones, the hips, up to the sky is the main thing. So we want a nice, long spine rather than a rounded spine. And a lot of us think we need to press the heels right down to the mat, but that's actually not really important. As you'll see, I've been practicing yoga for over 15 years now, and my heels still don't reach the mat, and that's fine because that's not really what's important. Instead of focusing on pressing your heels down, focus on tilting your hips up and getting your spine really long. Downward facing dog is such a great yoga pose for us because we go upside down. So it's great for our circulation, great for getting blood flow to the brain. A lot of people say downward facing dog is quite an anti-aging pose. I just think it feels amazing to stretch out the hamstrings and really get that length and posture through the spine. So downward facing dog is the first one. The next one that I'm going to share with you is called a bridge pose. And this is kind of like the opposite with with the head down. We're gonna get the hips up nice and high. So again, great for that blood flow, great for circulation, but it also really opens the chest, which is great for helping us to breathe deep into the lungs and increase our lung capacity so we can take deeper breaths and get lots of beautiful fresh oxygen into the body. So let's go through a bridge pose. We're gonna come to lay down on our back. Draw your heels in towards your hips and press your hands and arms down into the mat alongside your body. From there, you're gonna lift the hips up, keeping your eyes straight up to the sky. Now, for a lot of us, we're gonna stay right here, or you could clasp the hands beneath you and draw your shoulders more underneath the body, really squeezing the shoulder blades together and opening through the chest. Oh, what a great stretch that one is. And you can see we're really working to engage and strengthen the muscles of our back while opening the muscles of the front of the body, which is so important because if you're anything like me, you spend a lot of time on the computer or seated working in this forward position. So doing the opposite it feels great and it's great for you as well. So that is pose number 2, downward facing dog, bridge. And the next one I'm gonna share with you is a hip stretch. And of course, a lot of people know pigeon hip stretch, but if you're new to yoga or if you have any knee issues, that can be a little bit too intense. So I'm gonna share with you figure 4 hip stretch. Let me pull this a little bit closer. So again, we're gonna be laying down on our back. And we're gonna cross one ankle over the knee like so. So this is where you get the figure 4 shape. And you'll feel the stretch right here. For some of us, this is exactly where we're gonna stay. For others, we can pick the legs up and grab a hold. Some people do the reach through right here as well. I kind of like to just be right here. I find it a little bit easier. And rather than letting this front knee come in towards you, you're trying to open it up, and that's where you will feel that beautiful stretch. So that is yoga pose number 3, figure 4. Let's get into the next one. I know. Now we are gonna do a lunge to help open up the hip flexors, which is another one if you spend a lot of time sitting, or even if you're very athletic, if you run, if you cycle, then this is a really good area to open up as well. So number 4 is a lunge. So we're gonna step one foot nice and far back, the other foot forward, both sets of toes pointing straight ahead to the front of the mat. From there, we lunge and bend into the front knee. But one key thing that I want to share that's really important is rather than arching the back in this position, we want to think about pulling the hips under, squeezing the glutes, pressing the hips forward, and getting nice and low. Then you're pressing back through that back heel, lunging nice and deep. You could bring hands to heart center. You could do arms high to the sky, but so great for the hip flexor and psoas, muscles right at the front of the hip. So that is number 4. Now the final thing that I want to share with you is a twist. A twist is a foundational movement in every single yoga practice. We want to have an up chest opener, a forward fold, an inversion, and a twist in every single practice. So the twist that I'm going to share with you is a really entry-level, easy, feel-good twist, reclining twist. So we come to lay down on our backs. Draw one knee in towards the chest. So if this is my right leg, my right arm is out on the floor. Let me scoot a little further. There we go. Okay, now we're going to bring the leg across the body. And what I want you to focus on is letting the lower back lift up off the floor, but keeping the upper back nice and grounded. And then we're just twisting right here, looking towards that extended arm. Great for opening the chest. Again, getting that beautiful twist through the spine. We're breathing nice and deep down into the organs, which is great for detoxifying the organs as well, getting everything moving through the digestive system. So those are the top 5 yoga poses that you need to know, regardless of if you're a beginner, if you've been practicing for a while, regardless of what you got going on in your body. Those are the 5 I suggest you start with. And then of course there are literally hundreds that I would love to teach you. There's lots more that I would love to share with you and help you progress and get a better understanding of your body and the variations that work best for you. And that's really what the YogaBURN Monthly Ultimate Collection is so great for. By the time you have finished this, or even finished the first month, you're already gonna have such a great understanding of which yoga poses work for you, how to modify them, how to make them comfortable, based on the way your body's shaped, based on if you have any injuries. And I was actually speaking to a wonderful woman, Megan, in our community the other day, and she said, you know what, now I feel like I could, if I wanted to, I could go to any yoga class and be totally confident walking into that class, knowing that I know what the poses are, I know how they work for me, and I don't have to be nervous. And I think, wow, that's so great, because I understand that it can be a little bit intimidating to walk into a class full of 40 people when you're completely brand new to yoga. So if that's something that you'd like to do, that's a great way to work up to it. Or if you're missing going to the yoga studio, depending on where you're living right now, I know it's different everywhere, and I would love to know where you are from. So make sure you comment down below what you're doing for your health and wellness right now, where you're from, how things are, because I know it's so different, and we're so blessed to reach women from all different parts of the world. And we're so lucky to be able to support you on this journey. So whether the gym or yoga studio is closed, or whether you've always been somebody who loves home practices, we definitely have something for you on the next page at the lowest price of the year. So make sure you head on over and take advantage now while you still can. I'm wishing you a great rest of your day, and we'll see you again tomorrow morning for another live. We'll chat soon. Big hugs. Bye-bye.